Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how to make like a to-do list or a schedule where you can click on the different dates and see what's the task that's happening for those dates. This is one of the trickier things for me, especially with Flutter, because there's a little bit of problems I think you'll find along the way, but which I figured out at the end. So that's what we're gonna do today. Yeah, so let's get started. So over here I've just created a new Flutter app, and what I want to do is just clean up this code at the end over here, and the scaffold, we can just remove the whole scaffold at the top. Okay, so let's create our own. So the package that we're going to be using is called calendar strip. And the reason also why I'm doing this video and using calendar strip is because it's a really, I think it's one of the good packages that Flutter has created, but it's a little bit complicated when you look at it at first. So I will just be explaining the way I did it and how you could maybe incorporate it in your own app. So let's just look for the calendar. Okay, so here's the calendar strip, and what we'll be doing is first you have to get the dependency. So let's just copy that dependency and go to the application. Here in pubspec.yaml you can just paste it right over there. Oops. And here we go, get that dependency. And now here in the main, let's just import that package, calendar strip. There we go. Now firstly what we are going to do is we're just going to copy this container, which actually that's how it looks at the start. So just copy this example, and here in your scaffold what we want to do is we want to create an app bar first, and in the body create a list view widget, and the first thing that we can paste here is this container. Now as you see, there's a lot of these values that we haven't added yet, so let's just add these first. So here down here you can see the full example. If you click on details, there's just a lot of code, and the first time I saw this I was a little bit intimidated, but yeah, I'll just show you. Let's just copy it first and let's see what it's all about later on. So here in the my homepage state class, copy from the start all the way down right before right before the override widget where you actually build it. So just copy all of this and paste it here after my homepage state. There we go. So as you can see, all of this messy code is copied, and there we have it. If we save, here is basically how it looks, and all you could do is you could go between the different dates, and as you click on it you are supposed to see what's happening for that that day. Now the code unfortunately doesn't give you that much functionality. That is what we'll have to do on our own. So yeah, let's get to that. So let me just explain here what most of this code is. So at the top, you basically just have these start and end dates, which limits the where you can select. So as you see here is the gray dates. So the 14th would be the first date, the start date. And as you can see here, start date is datetime.now minus 2 days. So today's the 16th, first day is the 14th. Same with the end date. So here they just added 2 days. So that would be until the 18th. There we go. And so let's just change that to just give you an example. If I subtract 5 days and add 5 days. There we go. Save that one. Reload. There we go. So now you can see it goes all the way back 5 days where you could select. There we go. Alright, so next, this one I want to change this one to just datetime.now, the selected date. So any date that you select would be datetime.now, like the actual date. The first one will be datetime.now, and it will change within the program. Now also what I want to do here is they made like marked dates. So this is the dates where you see these 2 dots. So if anything is on that date, it would show you like an icon. Small, there's 2 dots there at the bottom, which you could also change. So there's one for the 14th, for the 15th, and also for the 20th. We'll change that later on. This on select is just as you click on this would what would happen when you click on the date and what date is selected. So here, let me just see on run. Yeah, there we go. So it just if you look down here, if I click on a date, it shows you the selected date. Then over here is just a lot of this is basically the design of the bar at the top. I'm not going to change much now, but you could change it, you could play around with it, the colors and the format. You could change it if you want to, but for me, for now, I'm just going to show you how to use it more. So first what I want to do is I'm going to create a list with all the dates and information. I'm just going to copy and paste it, and you guys can also make your own if you want to, or just copy and follow along. So I made a static list, all dates, which basically consists of three items, and every item has a date, start time, end time, subject, a teacher, and an image for that teacher, for each teacher. This is just some example code. So basically what will happen is if you have a database where you store all of these dates and dates with information related to it, you basically would grab that list and display it on your application. But for now, I'm just going to create like an example list. So there's all our dates. So the first date is something that we created today. Another date is something that happened 2 days ago, and another one that happens 4 days in the future. So this is the same, almost the same as what happened over here. So as you can see, I've cleared this mark dates list, and what we're going to do is we are going to initiate it with this list on above here. Now how I'm going to do that is we have to create an init state. It's created down here. So there we go. And basically what we're going to do is for create a for loop. So we're just going to use the dates for the marked dates. So what we're going to do is marked dates dot add, and we're going to add all dates only the dates. All right. So and we have to set state for this to happen, so that once the app opens, all the marked dates will be set. So let's see if that works. If we restart the app, something wrong here. Wait, let me just see. Oh, I made a spelling error there. Let's see if that works. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, there are my marked dates, but still nothing happens. We want something to happen here at the bottom. So let's see what we're gonna do next. So this is the part where I actually had a little bit of a problem, and this is basically the way I approached it. So this on select button down here, as you click on these dates, you are calling this on select function to change to the date that you're selecting, right? Now what I did down here is the following. So you have to create a for loop for all the dates that you have. And now basically you will have to create an if statement. So basically you're saying if there is something happening on the selected date, then you have to add it to a new list. So let us first just create that new list, and this list will be let's just call it dates data. So if datetime dot parse, and the formatted string. Now this if statement only works if you have this date format package that you also have to download. So here on the browser, let's just go to a new tab, and this package is called intl, INTL. There we go. So get this package up here, and in the pubspec.yaml, it's just get this package. So down here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna date format. There we go. And it basically just formats your date in like up to the format that you would want. So in my case, let's just see here, date format. There we go. Here is a list of all the date formats that you could use down here. And what we're gonna use is the one where you have the year, month, and date. So it's called YYYY. This one. So here's your date format, and now we want to format it with a date time, which is, so if the format, or not, here we go, data So if this date format is equal to datetime.parse, and the formatted string will be all dates I date. Ooh, let me just see here. Oh wait, same here. So the parse will be, we have the date format, y. And here we have all dates I date. I think I missed some. There we go. Okay. So here we have our if statement. It's a pretty long if statement, which basically just says if the selected date is the same as one of the dates in your list, then you can add it to a new list. So let's set state, and we're going to dot add. Alright, there we go. And also one thing that we want to do is, if we're going to reset it the whole time, it's going to add the same dates over and over. So before we do anything on selected, we'll have to clear the dates data dot clear. Or we have to set status. So set state dates data dot clear. Okay. So that looks fine, and let's just see here. Also, what we want to do is before we go on, let's just see here if all of this works. Now what we want to do is we want to create a list view.builder that has to build it with the amount of items in the list. So the item builder, we would say build context and return new. Let's just use a text to see if everything works, and the text will be it's not all dates. What is it? Dates data I, and let's call the teacher. All right. So the item count would be dates data dot length. All right, that seems to be okay. What we also want to do here is initiate. We want to set the dates data. If there's something happening on the first day when you reset the page, it should also add it. So after this set state here, we could add an if statement, the if statement is going to be very similar to this one here at the top. So we can actually just copy that. Copy this one, paste it down here. But we're just going to change this to this is going to be datetime.now. So if there's anything happening today, then let's also add dates data dot add alright. That seems to be right. Let's just see if it works and if this list view works. Let's reload everything. So here is a problem with the list view.builder. I'm pretty sure there's a problem here. So first off, we don't want to scroll within this list view.builder. So we'll have to set the physics to never scroll physics. There we go. And also, what we'll have to do is the shrink wrap. I have to set to true. There we go. Okay, looks like it works. So there we can see the teacher's name on that day is Peter. If we click here on another date, there's nothing on this date, nothing on this date. 14th is Sally. Okay, so it seems like it works. And that is basically all you need to get this calendar to show you information. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to make like a design. I'm not going to explain much, but you can follow along the design if you want to, and let's see how it looks at the end. Okay, so looks like that is about it. So obviously this is just a very basic layout, but this is shows you at least the functionality and how you could use this calendar widget to actually show you do different things with these selected dates. So let's just go through it again. So if you click on the dates and there's nothing there, just be blank. And on these selected dates, I have different teachers. There's teacher Sally, there's teacher Peter, here Monday nothing, and Wednesday there's teacher Bob. There we go. Alright, so yeah, thank you very much for watching, and please like and subscribe to this video. If there's something else you would like me to explain in the next video, please do so and tell me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Okay.